So you guys may or may not know, but I actually grew up here in Great Falls. So we moved here from Overland Park, Kansas in 1986. I was a sophomore in high school and finished off my high school years here. And so this is the neighborhood I grew up in. I grew up in Great Falls, and when my parents actually bought their house here, it was a brand new neighborhood, new construction, and so they built it from the foundation up. They, when they were building their home, it's an interesting story behind it is that they did not use a real estate agent when they purchased their home here. And so if you are at all familiar with Great Falls, this area, there is a certain area called Great Falls Forest that has both a Loudoun County side and a Fairfax County side. Both the same zip code, both the 22066 zip code. But when they were building their home, they were told that that we were slated to go to a certain high school and that this is where it was going to be. And little did they know that zoning's changed and that the builder actually knew about Algonquian Parkway going through the middle of it, and that the schools were then going to be divided into a Loudoun County side and a Fairfax County side. So interestingly enough, when we first moved here, I had to go through a Fairfax County Seneca Road to get back to my neighborhood. So we actually had to go through Fairfax to get to the Loudoun side. Eventually, Algonquian Parkway came through the middle of it, and my parents weren't real happy about the decision or what ended up being us going to ultimately a different school. It ended up working out just fine. We all thrived from it. It was a great school. But it just goes to show you, if they had used a real estate agent, even with new construction, you want somebody who's going to be a community advisor, somebody who knows what's going through the neighborhood, what's going in, what's being built up around you. Had they had known that in purchasing their home here, I think they might have made a different decision on exactly where we were going to live growing up. But at any rate, I grew up here in Great Falls. I loved it. I worked in the town of Great Falls at a dental office for 12 years, and I love Great Falls. It has kept its small town feel without getting overly built, and we're going to walk through some of the areas of Great Falls this afternoon, so I hope you join us. When we moved in here into this house, he planted all of these cherry trees, which are like the Kwanzaa cherry trees that get so beautiful in the springtime. And then we planted this magnolia tree as our, as like cheers to our new place and our new roots and our new, journey here in Virginia. And so it's really cool to see how big this tree is now, because we planted it when I was, I don't know, I think I was 15 years old when we moved here. So, and now I'm just a little bit older than that. But it's huge now. I'm sure it's beautiful. You want to see the deck my dad built? My dad and my brothers and my grandfather built this deck, and it's, I don't know, I have such an appreciation because my parents did everything. They, they would lay hardwood floors, they would put the decks on, he actually had the stone patio. He had all of the stone delivered and laid the stone patio that's underneath of there. So every time I come by and I see the house and I see that the deck is still standing, it reminds me of my dad and, everything that they did to work on this. And it was over a summer. It took them 3 months to dig everything out and to lay it all down. And I love it. It's the work of my dad. So in growing up here, I think my parents might have made a different decision if they had known the area. So if you know of anybody who's looking to buy or sell a home in the Great Falls area, I can tell you that I grew up here. It is my childhood stomping grounds, and I would love to help you find that perfect home.